This episode gives us a peek at the Cybertruck crash tests that are happening at Giga, Texas. The newest supercharger in Los Angeles is situated around an antique drive-in theater. On October 2, well-known Tesla drone photographer Joe TM took some pictures of a destroyed Cybertruck at the north end of the crash testing area of Giga, Texas. These are some of the best pictures we have of a Cybertruck. Tesla had a relatively slow quarter, but they are still fully dominating the EV market. Poor performance to prevent us from seeing the worst of the damage. The 4 images captured the vehicle as it was lying beneath a soft cover enclosure and surrounded by machinery and screens. Having said that, we do see some details that support previous community estimates and guesses, so let's start with those. Right off the bat, we can see that this was likely a front-end collision as the front has been completely caved and the airbags have deployed. Even though it's a little hard to make out, we can see that the front left fender seems to have been torn away from the vehicle, continuing along towards the rear. The only other stand-up detail is that the doors look to be a bit misaligned after the impact, a sign that the frame has successfully transferred some of the energy to the rear of the truck. So all that is to say that the Cybertruck appears to have been built with a decently sized crumple zone. Although we'd have to see some numbers to really say whether sacrificing the front and a collision is enough to save some lives. It would be nice if we could see the state the wheels are in, but the fender being at that odd angle suggests that it was likely ripped away from the suspension, which is not only the way modern vehicles are usually designed, but also what the folks at Monroe Life predicted back in August. Industry veteran Sandy Monroe and his team have been analyzing any new images of the Cybertruck they could get for the past year or so, and in August a motorist spotted a covered bed Cybertruck left on the side of the road. Likely waiting for a tow, he snapped a few pictures of the suspension and the Monroe team was all over it. This was really our first substantial view of the underbody, its architecture, and Monroe's team was able to spot a couple of structural clues that led them to make an educated guess that the front end of the Cybertruck was built out of aluminum, so that the wheels would tear away from the truck in the event of a crash. We said this is how most modern vehicles are made, as it keeps the driver and front passengers safe from the wheels getting trapped in the collision in such a way as to be driven into the vehicle's cabin again. It would be nice if we had been able to see the wheel to make sure, but the fender is a pretty solid giveaway. This test also indicates that, in order for Tesla to sell the Cybertruck or any other vehicle, it must first receive certifications from the Environmental Protection Agency and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Based on the outcomes of crash testing, Tesla needs these certifications for safety. The EPA certificate is quite simple to obtain. All you need to do is show that your car satisfies legal standards and specifications. The more challenging part of the process is the crash testing. Although it's obvious when a product doesn't meet crash safety standards, you can't really know if your new truck will pass until it smashes into a concrete testing wall. However, back in August, members of the community spotted a flatbed carrying 2 Cybertrucks heading north from Texas towards an NHTSA testing facility. This suggests that the government's portion of the crash testing is probably completed. So why are we seeing more from Tesla's private crash lab? It could be that the NHTSA needed additional information and asked Tesla to conduct a few more tests for them. These tests are hopefully the last before certification, as we've seen hints of additional crash tests and even a rollover test earlier in September. Tesla has already had to push back their original delivery event date from September to October, so it would be disappointing to see it pushed all the way into November or December due to some flaw found in the crash tests. North, where Tesla has its own facility right in Texas, may also be the subject of testing for the recently hinted performance. The third quarter of Tesla financial results have been released, and although the raw figures aren't as high as some institutions had anticipated, Tesla is still the world's leading electric vehicle manufacturer and has positioned itself to close the gap in 2024. Did you know we offer a fantastic range of Tesla merchandise, accessories, and modification parts? It's true. Whether you're a Tesla enthusiast or a proud owner, we got something for you. From stylish Tesla apparel to cutting-edge accessories that enhance your Tesla experience, we handpicked products that embody Tesla's innovation and sustainability. Need a Tesla-themed shirt, cap, or hoodie? Check out our selection. You'll find all these fantastic products in the description below, with links to our online store. Plus, when you shop with us, you support our channel and help us bring you more Tesla content. So why wait? Elevate your Tesla experience today by exploring our collection. Now let's dive into the latest Tesla news. Stay tuned right here on Only Tesla. This quarter, Tesla's manufacturing and sales figures for 2023 have slightly decreased. The 435,000 units or so that were sold and shipped are less than the initial Wall Street projections by a small margin. But Tesla doesn't care, and we probably shouldn't either. The company's stock recovered from the slight decline that followed the key free news in just a few hours, and that's because Tesla and its investors already knew this was going to happen. They even alerted the public about it. So it's strange that Wall Street didn't simply adjust their estimates. The true cause of the slight decline in performance is, of course, that the company has spent the majority of this year developing new facilities, renovating old ones, and redesigning a portion of their fleet, all the while developing the new Cybertruck, a vehicle that appears to be energizing an already extraordinarily devoted customer base. For this reason, no one is concerned about this slight stumble, even if a drop of about 30,000 units sold from the previous quarter could be considered that, given that Tesla is currently selling nearly 500,000 cars per quarter and outpacing all of its rivals in the electric vehicle market. Aside from updating the majority of their facilities to continue this crushing domination of the private electric vehicle market, Tesla outsold its closest EV competitor, Chevrolet, by almost 300,000 units in the USA. According to some S&P Global Mobility data news outlet Reuters, has compiled some pretty wild charts showing retail in the ongoing transition to fewer electric vehicles. Tesla also has an advantage over commercial vehicles. Tracking research. The fact that Tesla's Class 8 Semi was able to travel 1,000 meters in a single day and that electric tractor-trailers can eventually replace diesel ones is indicative of their longevity, which, according to a recent study on electrifying transportation, is more significant than encouraging individual drivers to convert. This is primarily the reason why quarterly reports aren't a great way to track a company's trajectory. Anyone following Tesla this year can tell that the company is gearing up for a major spike in popularity thanks to its work on the Tesla Semi and adoption of its NACS charging infrastructure. Tech are diversifying what the company makes money from, contrary to what economists want. Numbers cannot always go up, and making investments for the future sometimes means having a lean couple of months, so you can do even better for the next few, which makes it all the more incredible that Tesla is still destroying their competition. While offering a slower sales quarter in the background of all the recent Tesla news, like the Model 3 Highlands release, and the run-up to the Cybertruck's first deliveries, the company has been slowly working away on one of their most unique superchargers. On September 28th, they officially broke ground. Now, obviously, Tesla has a lot of superchargers in California at this point, but this location is sort of an experiment to see if Tesla can run some other amenities alongside their charging services. They want to make a 50s retro future-style diner with a full drive-in theater. Designs for this location were leaked back in February 2022. When the permits and original floor plans were discovered, it was envisioned as a full 50s diner experience with some Tesla futurism twists like stainless steel fascia, but the project has gotten several makeovers since then, as new architecture projects often do. Now the station will look more like these renderings. The 32 Supercharger station will be located at 7001 West Santa Monica Boulevard in Hollywood, California. The property is 24,544 feet in size, which includes a parking lot, transformer utility area, two-story restaurant, and two enormous 40-ton high-rise buildings. Well, that's all for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end, and make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on bell notification for more content like this.